Tonight, we're learning more details about an investigation in Oconee County. Last week, Clemson University President Jim Clements unexpectedly announced his retirement, citing health and family.
It came just months after local council members called for an investigation into Clements' involvement with a real estate development company. Our Nate Stanley has been investigating this and joins us live from Clemson tonight with what he's learned. Nate.
Well, this all starts with a proposal to develop land near Lake Keowee that alerted local officials, mainly County Councilman Matthew Durham. Tonight we sat down with him as he walked us through stacks of paper that he has gathered, and he says start to begin to paint a picture of what he's calling possible conflicts of interest. Oconee County Councilman Matthew Durham says in January, a representative from the company United Homes Group visited the council with a proposal to build a development near Neary in Lake Keowee.
It came to fruition at the density they brought to us would be larger than the largest municipality in the county, Seneca.
Then Durham says the council told United Homes Group that they would not be in favor of the project. That's when Durham says they received a pointed email from that same representative, but now under the new name of East Shore South LLC.
He did not feel compelled to follow the county's ordinances, and he said if we didn't quickly concede to his request, that he would follow it with a robust media campaign along with political and legal action.
After that message was sent to County Council, Durham says he learned two prominent figures were on the board at United Homes Group: Clemson President Jim Clements and former Governor Nikki Haley.
When the leaders who make the decision to expand also sit on the board of directors for the company, for that developer who will be profiting off of that expansion. My biggest question is it raises serious conflicts of interest concerns when the university is looking at an expansion project.
According to a post from Clemson, the school had no connection to the project or East Shore South LLC, and an unsigned letter was given to County Council claiming United Homes Group was not involved in the Neary project either.
When the university released a statement said for the Neary project that they're not connected, that they're not a part of it, that flew in the face of everything that the group representing themselves to us to be. That was all United Homes Group employees, using United Homes Group emails.
On Friday, October 17th, the Oconee County Council voted in favor of a measure that asked the university for transparency and called for an investigation by Senate President Thomas Alexander.
I don't know how much has happened, if it's happened before. I believe it's strong indicators when you start looking at property records in Pickens and Anderson in Oconee County. But that's why we're asking for somebody with investigatory authority to come in and look at this and see what these overlapping relationships, what effect they have had.
And one more note, just 2 days after Oconee County Council voted to ask for that investigation, United Homes Group announced that Clements was stepping down from his role on that board. I also reached out to United Homes Group today. They tell me that they considered being a part of the Neary project, but ultimately decided not to get involved. Now, in our next report, we'll take a look at why Durham says there were connections and how a private jet played a role. Reporting in Clemson, Nate Stanley, WIFF News 4.